That's Anishinaabe, children of the prophets. It's like I'll make a video. The other day there, I went to go to a store down the highway, and the teller came up right up to me, like within a foot away, and said it's mandatory to wear a mask. And I took a kind of a step back, and I said, "Really? Oh, I don't consent." They said, "You have to." I said, "No, I don't. And I'm just respectfully shopping here like I've done before." And they said, "No, it's mandatory. It's the law." I said, "No, it's not. And since you said it's the law, you can phone the cops. They'll come and tell you they can't arrest me or anything like that. Because it's not the law. It's just suggestion. Mandatory. It's not, you're not going to get arrested. You can tell your boss." And they went to go tell the boss, and then the boss said, "Which one?" And they said, "Him." And then the whole store, there's probably like 12 people in, and they're all wearing a mask. This person is walking right up to them, just avoiding that 6-foot thing they say, one graveyard apart. Even that's against the treaties. 1754. The native is the landlord, and he can travel how he wants, whatever way he wants, as long as he's not hurting anyone or hurting the land, which is a given, because we're not like that. And missionary and presidents and all these mayors, they're the ones who need the paperwork to travel around. This is in that treaty. And if they start hurting the land or people, then we can stop them. It's just how it is. So they're making us forget these treaties because they don't want us to stop them. They're doing acts of war when they go against the treaties. War crimes against humanity, because we're a nation, Paswa Cree Nation. We're on our land. We know our territory. We know our territories from when we were placed in origin, northwest of the turtle. What they call Cree, it's a big part of this land, Ananuak, Edanuak. We know our ceremonies, and we know our languages, and we know our symbols. The symbols are on the land, the symbols are in the lodges, the symbols are in our sacred original language, Cree, or if you want to call it Cree. So we're a nation, and by law and definition of UN terms, that makes us a nation. So you can't put these false things on my people. You can't say we have to wear a mask and all this on our land, because I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to let them know their real rights, their real rights, their rituals to the land. Speak them out. You are that living being that needs to speak them. And don't let them scare you. They can't. They cannot throw you in jail. They can't. You're just there to shop. You're just there to pick up something. You're just there to sign a paper. You're just there to deliver a paper. You're not. You're just going about life like it was 11 months ago, 10 months ago. So nothing's really changed. No one's sick. And that COVID, they're saying, was just like a really small percentage of the Earth's population. And they're basically saying it is all false. The HOO and the CDC, these are the ones who put that false news on the TV. That guy falling over, going, whatever, that Wuhan guy, that was acting. But you got to speak your rights. It's up to you. No one's gonna do it for you. Since you got to do it. Guys talking about partying, I feel for that. They kind of lose their way and thinking life's about partying and hanging out, and really it's not. We're in a purification times, and some of our elected officials know this. And for the life of me, at least once, twice a week, I wonder why they don't bring it out. I wonder why they don't address it. I wonder why they don't bring a meeting to the community to say, look, these are the things we've learned, and these are the things that's happening, and it's all right there. And we did get our Tree of Life ceremonies back, so whatever they call time is like circling the drain now. It's not full anymore. You need to speak to the youth. Let them decide if they want to follow the Sacred Red Road or this Canada that seems to be going more and more worse. It's up to them. And we got to share our knowledge so the next generation can have a chance. We can't just keep doing every agenda the Crown puts in front of us. So speak about those prophecies, you leaders. Speak about them. Address it to the community. It's important. It is. And I'm sure even our clergy in them know what's going on with the prophecies of the Revelation in the Bible. You know, like, we got to come together now. We're in those days. But anyways, there's a walking path here. I hear a lot of things and I don't talk about it. It's just our people need direction. And a lot of people, when they finally turn to the red path, like for legit, like for real, their lives change for the better, and they start helping not only just themselves but the community, their tribe. No discrimination. But the chief and the council need to say on those mandatory letters they hand out, put it in another letter beside it. And mandatory doesn't mean you have to, or you're gonna go to jail, or anything bad will happen. You actually don't have to if you choose not to. Like, be honest, you know? Don't put this fear on your people. That's a spirit, a bad spirit. Don't do that. Give them a freedom of choice. Like, we put you there to stand up for that for us. The ceremonies are back, our Tree of Life ceremonies are back. And it's not ever going to be government funded, and you're going to have a memo sent out to all the OCN branches and say, yeah, this is what you got to do now. And it's not going to be like that. It's all spirit. It's all spirit. It's all happening now in those days. All the Sundance Chief's visions when he was a young boy and on through his life, and mine from when I was a child to on to my adult life, and the buffalo dragger, skull dragger, he had visions too, and they all met up at that ceremony, like that elder said I would see 20, 30 years from now, and it happened 23, 22 years later. I met up with these ones at a ceremony, and it all came from there. We got our Tree of Life ceremony back now, 2017, so it's here. What was stolen has returned. What was hidden has come back to light. We're in those days, our Tree of Life, like in the beginning of any kind of Bible, you know. And from this Tree of Life, you'll honor it, you'll get blessings from it. You'll communicate with me, you'll honor me, you'll dance for me, you'll sing for me, you'll pray to me, you'll cry to me, you know, it's all there in the Bible. It says to watch out for a tree of knowledge, and that's what these war people is. The ones that came here with all this poison and everything, and stole our tree in the 1800s and hid it from us by law. And the Barren Lands Cree and them too, they're part of this too. You need to try and ask the elders if they remember when they were 3 or 2 or 4 years old, seeing the older ones hide in a bush to go pray as a group around a tree. See if they remember it. Because those missionaries came here with tricks, not good. Oh, they gave us smallpox and all this, and then they started changing our ways because there was just only a very tiny bit of us left. So there's a lot of things to look into right now. But our elders and our leaders and the ones who had visions, who know and to see and hear, we all need to come together in these times, like they said. A cleansing is going to happen, and it's our spirit that needs to be ready, not our finances, our guns, our homes, or anything like that. That's all done. We need to go to the ceremonies as a tribe again. Nothing will stop, nothing before us will stop us once we have Creator with us, all of us again. We do whatever we want, go through any agenda and take our land back even. Because it's a ritual, it's a rite, R-I-T-E, not a crown, R-I-G-H-T. Those are just false de facto. That's why they want our minds to focus on that as real. It's not. Canada needs their treaties to be on our land. We don't have to listen to them. Speak up.